Thank you very much. So I will give you a presentation on REMPEC and also the link with and the services that we benefit and how Copernicus supports our activities in the region. So just to give you a brief introduction of what is REMPEC. On the slide you have a picture of the Regional Seas Program, which was established by the United Nations Environment Program, and the Mediterranean region was one of the first established in the region. And within this Regional Seas Program and for the Mediterranean region, the legal framework is the Barcelona Convention, which aims at protecting the coastal and marine environments in the region through a set of protocols dealing with various issues, from land-based pollution to hazardous waste. And as far as REMPEC is concerned, we are working on two protocols, one related to exploration and production, and the other one related to the prevention and emergency situation related to shipping activities. The center was established in 1977 and is located in Malta, and we depend on two organizations, so UNEP-MAP with respect to the convention itself and the protocol and the area, and in the other side we are administered by the International Maritime Organization as far as shipping convention are concerned, and which are related to pollution incidents or other type of pollution from ships. Contracting parties to the Barcelona Convention and the protocols are the 21 coastal states in the region and the European Union. And for each of the subjects we are dealing with, we have a national focal point to work with. So in the following slide, you will see how Copernicus supports our activities. I will speak first about prevention. In the slide, there is not all the activities we implement, but those related to Copernicus. So first, our activities are aimed to prevent pollution from ships through training, information, improvement of national maritime organization, and assistance in prevention of pollution from ships. And one of the activities, for instance, is the prevention of illicit discharges from ships and the prosecution of offenders. And in this respect, in 2005, we participated in the aerial satellite surveillance and operation pollution project, and in the Marcoast project, which were basically using satellite images to detect oil illicit discharges and to validate this through aerial surveillance. In some of operations, we've been doing and supporting the coordination of aerial surveillance with the contribution of countries in the region, which were surveilling through aerial surveillance areas and detect with a view to detect illicit discharges. Those were organized in 2009, 2013, and the latest one in this year. And in some of this operation, there were indeed some detection of illicit discharges. And the following step is, once you detect an offender, is to ensure that the case is brought to the court, and there is penalty, which are either jail sentence or fines, which are given to the owner and the captain of the vessels. And in this regards, since 2007, there has been some work to establish a network of law enforcement officials, which in 2013 was formally established. So within this work, Copernicus has provided data to the moon goose, with whom, as I will see, you will see later, we've signed an agreement, which provided during this operation some incasting model to correlate the detection of the illicit discharges, incast the movement of the oil, cross this data with AAS data, which are automatic information system to follow the ships and identify potential offenders, which are then brought to the courts. So those are some slides showing example of information which were providing during this operation, which at that time were data provided through MyOcean. Another issue in which we work is also supporting countries in the region to implement the Ballast Water Management Convention, which is, as you may be aware, the vessels are mean of transport of invasive species from one region to another, and which can then affect the destination region. And this is one of the major threats worldwide, and we've been doing some work in this area, developed a regional strategy in the region, and also when defining areas in the Mediterranean region, meeting some requirements established within this regional strategy, we also obtained the support of Moon Goose, which use also some data from Copernicus on for this work. Now, in terms of preparedness and response, those are the different activities which we work on: capacity building, exercise, information, contingency planning, and emergency assistance. This slide shows you how countries can activate or request assistance in case of emergency, either directly between the countries, but also with the potential support of REMPEC, which can activate then a group of experts with whom we have signed agreements, which can be deployed or which can provide 24-hour services and advice in case of emergency. In terms of emergency, this is also quite a complicated slide, but it shows a real example of an incident where REMPEC was involved to support the emergency situation, but also the assistance provided to the affected country. So here it's the example of the Lebanese incident in 2006, where we cooperated with IMO, with a global level, and the European Commission, and also had some experts deployed on site. And during this incident, we benefited also from the support well, at that time wasn't Moon Goose, but it was Moon, to provide some forecasting model of the slick. And the interesting part is that this model was then confirmed as the oil was, as you can see on the map, the oil was reaching up to the Syrian coast, and this was indeed confirmed by the Syrian government, which we then assisted also during this operation. Then, following all this development, we recognize the added value of Moon Goose and indirectly of the services provided by Copernicus, and signed an agreement in 2009, which has been renewed this year, which basically provides us with the possibility of calling on 24-hour basis on the request of a country during an incident. Once we receive the details of the spill, the quantity, the location, we call Moon Goose, which provide within 1 hour or less or more, depending on the time of the call, I would say. And then it's provided, a bulletin and information is provided to the country. We can then use this data to define the strategies to respond to the spill. Within this agreement, as I mentioned, the emergency response office was established. So here you have, I will not enter in detail. So the reference within the agreements, we speak about 2 hours of timing for the delivery of the forecast. So again, here we have some input from Copernicus within this structure, which is very appreciated by the Mediterranean countries. In terms of other inputs, we've organized also some specialized training in various issues, and including a forecasting model where we provide some testing and use of METSLIC, for instance, it was in Cyprus, in Syria, and other countries, again, where the data of Copernicus are being used, but also during the planification of exercises where we simulate incidents and support the organization of a oil spill exercise. In the recent years, we also worked with some partners from the region to try to, there was a reference in the previous presentation with the importance of running a lot of models, and this was recognized in the region also from a government, but from an industry point of view, the need to have a common place where you can find available data to run models and to be able to compare the models, and this project MEDES4MS managed to meet this objective, to bring into a unique platform different type of data, wind, currents, temperature, from high to low resolution, covering the entire Mediterranean region, to enable any state to or any interested party to run model and compare them. So this is available online, and is also being followed, and eventually we'll have a follow-up project in the next year. So this is just a slide which shows a confirmation of a validation, I would say, of the model, where there was during an exercise organized by the Italian Ministry of Environment with ENI and the Italian Coast Guard and other partners, where buoys were launched and during the exercise, and there were validation of these models, and you see also on the right side a model which is used by the industry, which actually was going into a different direction. So what was demonstrated, I would say, within this exercise was the importance of the data collected and the high resolution, and I would say that this project has demonstrated the usefulness of this, and the industry is also very much interested in this. Another issue which I've mentioned previously is the offshore activities, which are growing every day in the region. We have new countries which are now searching for oil and gas discovery, important discoveries in Egypt, in Cyprus, in Israel. Now we have Lebanon looking for it. So there is a potential risk also of pollution from these activities. So in this regards, following also the Deepwater Horizon incidents, the concern was raised in worldwide and at European and Mediterranean level, and this led to the entry into force following the ratification by Syria of the Offshore Protocol, and also at EU level the the development of a directive on offshore activities. And REMPEC was requested to do an assessment on existing practices in the region and to develop an action plan to support the implementation of the offshore protocol. This was done and will be presented at the next contracting parties meeting in February for its adoption. And within this action plan, there is an annex to the plan which lists a number of potential research and development topics which the government themselves considered relevant for their work in this area. So I will not go into the detail, but I thought it was important since there is a lot of researcher in the audience which may consider in the future looking into some of these topics. So I believe these slides will be shared after the presentation. So in the future, therefore, there might be further cooperation, and we may benefit even more from Copernicus data on offshore activities on different subjects which I've mentioned, on the follow-up of the project of MEDES, and on other projects we are developing. And I would conclude also to open on not only on REMPEC but at UNEP map level, there is also a high interest in data availability, and there might be some possibility to work toward the cooperation with Copernicus and other EU organizations to strengthen the access to the data, the analysis, and therefore the monitoring of the situation in the region. So I would stop here. I don't know if I took too long or I was too fast, but I'm available for any question now and any time after if you want. Thank you.